Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a tutorial for these mummy nails that I did the other day. I've taken this hand over here off because I'm going to do some other stuff. I'm cleaning off my water right now to do this marble. If you're ever marbling and you get like this weird little film all over, you can take a just drop or two of clear polish and let it dry on there, and it'll normally pick everything up. So basically it's just a regular water marble. You need a cup of water. I'm using bottled water right now, just great value purified water or distilled water or whatever you have handy, just not tap water, and it needs to be room temperature. Cold is not going to work. You'll need your polishes. I'm using Sinful Color Snowy White, Essie Mink Muffs, and Zoya Farah. I have prepped my nail with one coat of Farah and taped it off with just Scotch tape. You can use painter's tape, masking tape, whatever tape you got, whatever. I just run a longish piece around here to the other side, trying to keep it as close to the nail as possible, then another piece across the top. You'll need a black striper or black polish and a paintbrush if you don't have a striper. Or you could probably use a dotting tool like this too, which is what I'm going to use for the eyes. And a piece of paper or a palette to drop your polish on to make your dots and such. I don't know if I said that you'll need something to drag through the polish. This is a clay tool that I use for this stuff, and clay or an orange stick, a toothpick, or some kind of smallish pointy object. So we're gonna get started. You need polishes that are going to be easy to drop. And this is all personal preference. This design can be used for other stuff. It doesn't have to be used for this, and I'm kind of being sloppy a little just because I'm trying to hurry. You need to work kind of fast. And I'm hoping that this stuff doesn't dry on me because I'm talking right above the cup. You just build your bullseye with your polishes, alternating the colors till you get it how you want. Do one drop of the dark. And do one more of the dark. And another of the light brown in the middle. Then I'm done. So you're going to take your tool and draw from the center out to the side, from this way to the side, and then back and forth. And you can pull it out and do that. And you find the part that you like the best, which and you can also move this stuff around a smidge too till you find a part that you really like. And I'm going to try to go for right in here. I hope you guys can see me do this. You lay your nail above where you want to aim for. And just dunk it straight on top of that design and then push your fingers straight down. But I always blow my water a little bit to kind of dry the polish a little bit, and then you take your tool that you're using, which I just grabbed this orange stick just because, and you skim the polish off while you're keeping your finger in the water. Bring it out. I'm gonna wipe this off. And when you pull your finger up, you need to pull it out kind of straight up and slow so you don't get a bubble. And you will end up with something. Tap off your excess water because it's wet, and you'll end up with something like that. And just for the sake of trying to hurry, I normally am way more methodical in trying to find my cuticle nippers. I have some nippers right here that I'm gonna cut this tape away from my nail. Normally I let it dry a little bit beforehand, but just for the sake of doing this tutorial fast, we're gonna get it off. You peel the tape off. You're making a mess. Set it right there, and I have polish everywhere, but it's pretty minimal. With like a Q-tip or your cleanup brush or whatever, it's not normally too bad. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And I've got my striper. Now, like I said, you can use a black polish. All you're doing is making lines, so it's not rocket science. You're gonna make sure I'm staying in frame. We'll turn this down a little. You're going to take your striper, pick your spot where you want your little opening to be on the bandages. And doesn't have to be perfect. Because mummies are like thousands of years old and they're yucky and ragged and whatever. We're done with that. You're going to take your white polish again, put it on your palette, take your larger end of your dotting tool and dot, and another dot. Then you'll take whatever color you're wanting to use for the inside of his eyeballs, and the other end of your dotting tool, dot inside the white. And then you apply your top coat of choice, do your cleanup, and you end up with a cool little mummy guy like that. So, hope you guys like it.